Hey everyone, Charlie here, and welcome to the backcountry of New Zealand. Today I'm going off track, crossing icy rivers and getting stuck in steep mountain gullies, all while searching for a razorback ridge. I have no tent and no cooker, so I have to build a campfire and a shelter to make sure I can eat and stay warm during one of the coldest nights I've ever spent in the bush. Well, we're right at the start of the walk, but just listen to the birds already. It's incredible. It's pretty cool. We've only just started and we're already in this huge sea of ferns. It's lovely. There's a big gap in the trees here, and across the valley you can see a giant kahikatea just towering above. Well guys, what's awesome is I can see the river peeking through the trees down there, and I'm in this lovely open beech forest which is just filled with the noise of the birds. It's lovely. Well, my legs are killing me on this downhill. I did 7-ish laps of my local fire break yesterday, which was about 2,200 meters of elevation. It's a privilege to feel sore because of things I choose to do. Well, I'm pretty much on the river now, and I can see the mountains that I'm heading up to find that knife edge ridge, but it's quite worrying since there's so much cloud up there. Well, it's good there's only one of me. Well, I've found a nice log to sit on, and I think it's time for a quick snack break. Well, unfortunately Mum's baking will have to wait till later because I found these in the side of my pack. So these are Dutch stroopwafels. They've got heaps of sugar in them and they're like a lovely sort of biscuit with caramel on the inside. It's great for on the trail. Well, there's a pretty wicked northerly coming down the valley. Might not sound like much, but it's pretty cold and it's bringing with it quite a few raindrops, which isn't great if I don't have a tent tonight. Well, it's now time to get my feet wet for the first time. That's pretty cold. I can already feel my toes going numb. The water's really cold. Oh, I want to get out of there. Oh my goodness, that is really cold. You can see the giant peaks just revealing themselves. Some really sharp ridges. We're going to head up that side and look for a camping spot along with that really sharp knife edge ridge. Well, I've made it to the stream which winds its way up towards the big steep ridge, and this is also where I'll have my campsite. So on the way up I'm just going to look for good places to set up my shelter for the night. Look what I've found, a little water slide for the leaves. Oh, that's awesome. Well, as I walk up this river I'm constantly looking for places to set up my camp for tonight, and I've just come across this, and this is great because it's lots of dead wood, it's dry, it's brittle. Normally stuff you find on the ground has heaps of moisture in it, but this stuff, since it's raised up, will be great for starting the fire. I'm just a bit nervous because I see lots of little pigs up there. Now, not worried about them, but if Mum is anywhere nearby, she might not be very happy with me. Just to be safe, I'm going to cross to the other side of the river. Hopefully keep my distance. Well, I wouldn't recommend this, but I have to cross here. Starting to almost look like a canyon or a gorge now. I'm gonna have to make my way up here somehow. Maybe along that way, I think. Well, what I've just found here is some rata, and it's really cool because possums absolutely love this stuff and they just desecrate it. So the fact that there's quite a bit of it around here means that there's probably not many possums. Well, that is one giant cliff. But I spot this gully up here, which by the looks of it on the topo maps, looks like it leads right to the saddle. Well, hey, this is a comforting sign. Well, this little boy here is reassuring and worrying at the same time, because it means that this is the way, but it also means that this is the way. This looks a bit more promising. Well guys, I was so close. The ridge is just up there. But I've just walked through some bush lawyer. My leg is absolutely on fire and I just don't see a way up. I've been bashing around for a while trying to find the way. The triangles point up there, but that is so dense and I can't see how I get up there. But I think I'll head down, set up camp and get a fire going. I have to make it down this and it is just so steep and the consequences are so high. There's barely any place for my feet to go, and if I slip, I go down a long way. Here's another waterfall to go down. I have no idea what the angle's like. Well, I've made it back to the main river. Now I've got to get down here as quick as I can and set up camp for the night. Just look at how stunning all of this is. Well, I'm on the other side of the river now, but these two trees look like a great place to tie a ridgeline between them and hang my fly over, so then I can sleep down here. There's plenty of room for a fire just in front of the shelter, and right down there I have an unlimited supply of fresh water. Well, to be honest, the fly is a lot smaller than I thought it would be, but I've got a lot of rope here, so I'm going to improvise and try a different style of shelter. Now I've used what's known as a friction knot, so this means that it's nice and tight and it holds the tarp, but if I need to adjust the tension, I can slide it back and forth. Well, if I'm going to sleep down here tonight, I want this to be nice and smooth, so I've got to get all this debris out of the way. Next step is definitely going to be a fire because I'm absolutely starving. I'd like to get food cooked and it will keep me warm when the sun fully goes away. Just over there is that fallen tree that I was pointing at earlier. Now I'm just going to break up all this kindling. It's a little bit damp, but I think it should still catch. Well, for fire starters, I bought these. They're wax balls and they're super dry, highly flammable. And I got 4 of them, so I should be able to get a fire going pretty quickly. Go. You feel the heat already, which is a good sign. So that's well and truly caught, and it's already super warm. I've left a bit of a hole here, and this is for air to come in and out, and if I want to blow on it, just blow straight through. I'm going to put in a couple of these slightly bigger sticks. There we go. They might sizzle a bit from being a little bit damp, but they should be pretty good. It's okay to smother it a bit with more kindling, but if it starts to smoke, that's when you know it's getting suffocated, so you just want to give it as much air as possible. Oh, that feels incredible. I've added in a little bit more of the wax paper just to spread out the fire. Now it's really going. I think it might be time to get some food going. Alright, well if this isn't perfect, I don't know what is. I'm going to put the bread down on this rock, heat it up and use that to cook it. Take a big bit of bread dough. Start small, I guess. Lay that down there. Just put that right next to our fire and let it cook. There we go. Oh yeah, that's looking great. It's got a good crust to it already. Set it back in the flames. It's getting pretty hot now. It smells amazing now. And the crust on both sides is pretty good. What I'll do is I'll prop it up a bit, try and render the fat. There we go. And then just on the other side to give a crust there as well. And then I reckon it will be good to eat after I've made some bread. Alright. Steak itself is on fire, so we'll just let that rest off to the side for a bit. Well, the steak looks pretty good to me considering it's my first time cooking on a campfire. Well, my bread is there, but in the meantime I am starving and the steak looks pretty good, so I'm going to dig in. The smell you get from campfire meat is just so different to if you were to cook it in the oven, on a stove, or even a camp cooker. Time to see how it tastes. That is so good, and it's so much better after a long day of walking. Well, this tree is an amazing backrest, and having the fire right next to me and the river just in front of me, it's a pretty good evening. That's how you do it. A nice fire with your bread just next to it on a hot rock. I'll get a lovely little loaf very shortly. This is just amazing. I'm super warm, my feet are drying out already after like 100 river crossings. And if I get bored waiting for the bread to cook, I'm just gonna use my binoculars. I've just got to get my bread out of the fire without burning my hands off. Well, I'll be honest, the first loaf of bread wasn't great, so I'm just going to make another short one. It's going really good. I've got a fire on one side and bread cooking on the other. I'm just going to place this stuff all on top and see if it catches. Wow, that answers that question. Oh my goodness. I'll be honest, I had no idea how that was going to go, but it's absolutely roaring. I better take my bread out so it doesn't burn. I can already tell the bread's starting to cook, and it looks really, really good. Well, I'm back in the dining room, aka my lovely chair to rest against. I think it's time to try some of this bread. Oh, that looks so good. In my cozy camp spot. Oh. What I'll do is I'll split it in half, sandwich it between. I'll do one half at a time. Good smush. Well, I've got my super warm long johns on again. The last piece of the puzzle is always the down booties. Well, it's definitely time for bed. Temperatures are getting really low and I'd quite like to get into the sleeping bag. But I'll see you in the morning.
Well, good morning everybody. I've just woken up to the sound of the birds in the river, which is really, really nice. But it's absolutely freezing out here. I'm so glad I had the fire last night and I was able to set up a little place to sleep because it was a really cold night. Well, the air mat kept deflating overnight. It's not very high quality, so I think 4 or 5 times in the night I was up just having to pump it up.
This shelter's done a really good job of preventing condensation from getting down to me and on my sleeping bag, and it also helped keep a lot of the fire's warmth in. We're heading down the valley in a minute, and just look at how beautiful that looks with the sun rays coming in. Man, it is nice to be back in the sun. Well, this river here is fed directly from those tall peaks over there, and the water's about as clear as you'll ever get. But I know the main river down there has lots of huts along the way, so I don't trust the water, so I think I'll fill up from here first so I've got water to last me till the car. Well, I'm coming to the end of the trip now. I got to enjoy the company of a few other campers on the way out, which was really nice. My GoPro died at the end of last video, so I wasn't able to say anything, but just the support from that video was really overwhelming. I would never have imagined it to reach that many people, and hearing people's stories and encouragement in the comments just meant a lot to me. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and there'll definitely be more adventures to come.